All Inspired. Today we're going to be doing a back to school video. I'm going to be giving you a whole list of tips and tricks and different things to do, and I guarantee you that the last one you've probably never thought of, and I've never seen it on anyone else's video. However, it is a very important tip that you're probably missing, so let's jump right into it.
One of my first tips is to just do a little bit of decorating. You don't have to go all out. Last year, I just grabbed an easel, a chalkboard easel, and put something really cute on there for the kids. This year, I just grabbed a simple tablecloth, folded it in half, pinned it to the wall. I cut out these letters with my Cricut. And then I just put some balloons on the wall to make it look like a crayon box. I felt like it looked like a crayon box. It actually turned out really cute. This probably cost me maybe $10, plus I had the Cricut on hand, but sometimes you can find letters and things like that on Amazon. If I find any on there, I'll link them below. But this probably cost me $10 to $15, very inexpensive and just something really, really cute. But like I said, you can also use chalkboards that you already have or dry erase boards and just put up cute little signs for the kiddos. They'll really enjoy it. You can see my balloons and letters keep falling down, and I was using double-sided tape. However, I recommend that you get clear Gorilla Glue duct tape. That is what I used, and it seemed to work out much better. You can see one of the kiddos were throwing the balloons in here for me to put up. But I do feel like that just held them together so much better. The double-sided tape was not where it's at, but that Gorilla Glue duct tape worked fabulous in getting them all to secure on here. If I was willing to go back out to the store again, I would have just picked up the balloon tape that they have. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but you can stick all the balloons to it, and then you can just pin that to your wall. And I've used that in videos before, and it works so wonderful. And all the balloons turned out really cute. If you run by the dollar store, I recommend just going ahead and picking that up because it is really worth it. I had like 2 or 3 rolls, and it lasted me for several different parties. And I usually will do a huge balloon arch or something along those lines. And so I was able to use it for several years in a row, and I really think it's worth it. I was just kind of on a time crunch, and I didn't have any more time left to go to the store, and I already had the Gorilla Glue on hand. So whether you use the duct tape or you use the balloon arch, it all will work really well. I just do not recommend the double-sided tape. I went ahead and picked up several different apples, and I'm going to slice them up, and I have a variety of different toppings. I'm going to kind of try to bamboozle the kids. Most of the toppings are absolutely delicious, but I did throw in mayonnaise to see if I can trick them.
I think it's like marshmallow fluff.
Yep.
What is that? Is that mayonnaise?
No.
What is that?
You love it. It's caramel.
Oh, yummy.
You just hated it. Your nose is plugged. Oh, that was.
Peanut butter.
Don't kiss that.
All right, last one.
Oh,
That one's messy. You gotta go wash your hands after that.
what's your chocolate?
I've actually done these seasonal little tastings for a few years now. I used to babysit kids. I ran like a little daycare for a few children, and we've done this before where they were blindfolded and they had to guess, and it's just a fun little thing. And I like to do different apples. It's just something to just kind of get the kids excited for school. They usually do not want to go back to school, so it's just a little something to look forward to. I went ahead and took all of the toppings, and I'm going to let them have a nice treat. They're going to have some of the apples with the toppings, but I'm also going to throw in some protein and things like that, so they could just basically have like a little charcuterie lunch right here just to make it easier so that I can actually head into the kitchen and get some dinner started. I have an amazing crock pot meal, which is one of my next tips, especially when you have sports and things like that coming up. It's great to have a nice crock pot meal that you can have ready to go for you and your family whenever you need it.
Looking back, I didn't realize what was wrong with me. I can't deny I took you for granted. You finally had enough. That's why
I'm going to be cooking a delicious salsa chicken. I have made this for a very long time. I actually started making it in the oven, and now I do it in the crock pot. It just makes so much more sense to do it that way. I used to just use canned salsa, which turns out great, but I've recently been making my own salsa, which just turns out phenomenal. So that's what I'm going to start doing right now, just getting all my ingredients chopped up and preparing my salsa, and then I will take my cleaned chicken thighs. I like to use the thighs. I think they have the most flavor in them, but you can use any chicken that you like. And I wash it with a lemon and salt mixture, and then I rinse it thoroughly, pat dry, and put it into my crock pot, and then I will show you what I do from there.
Hey, I heard you got a new best friend. Yeah, it hurts a bit. I won't pretend that it doesn't matter that you're with someone else. That's why I wrote you a letter, 'cause you see, I write so much better than I speak. I need to tell you, you were my best friend to the end. I hope I'll be happy without you. But right now I don't know what to do. It's hard to get over you chose someone.
I like to make my salsa with tomatoes, onion, garlic, lime juice, and a few seasoning that I'll show you soon in the video, but I just like to make a very simple salsa. I'm not a huge fan of cilantro, and I would like to add jalapenos just for that little extra kick, but I add that separately just to mine because not everybody in my family enjoys that, but my daughter and I do. So I do like to typically have some jalapenos just off to the side that we can add into ours just for that little extra spice. But this really does make a difference. It tastes so fresh, and I also like to just have the salsa just so that we can pair it together with this meal because it tastes so good. I've only done it like this twice, but my family raved so much, and I don't know why I was under the impression that it was difficult to make salsa, but it is very simple, and I'm not quite sure why I've never done it like this before, but I do think that this will be the new way of doing things. So I just add in a little bit of garlic, salt, pepper, paprika, and cumin, just a little bit of spices just to add in some flavor. And then what I do is take my chicken thighs, lay them flat in the bottom of my crock pot that is on low for 8 hours. I throw in my salsa mixture, and then I also add in some fire roasted tomatoes. I have not figured out yet how to fire roast my tomatoes, and that adds in such a flavor that I love to put those into this dish as well. I'm going to add the lid on here and let this cook, and I'm going to move right on to my next step. What I like to do for the school supplies is just kind of divide and conquer. We have the 2 children that are still in school, and so my husband will take one list and I'll take another list. We'll go to the store, we'll collect all the supplies, and then we'll bring it home, and then I just organize it. There are multiple things that we need to think about because some of our children are in middle school and they have elective classes that you don't really find out about until later on in the year, and you don't get that as at the same time that you get their regular supply list. And they also have gym uniforms and different things like that. And so I'm just going over the list, just double checking and putting everything into a bag for the kiddos so that they can take it with them to visit their mom because they'll be with her when they go to the teacher night. And so I wanted to make sure that everything was on here. I actually learned from Lauren Nicholson. I love her channel and she has some wonderful tips to staple that onto the front of the bag. That really works well for us as a blended family with the children going back and forth so that you can clearly see what is all in the bag, but it also helps for the teacher as well so that when the children get to school, they can sort through everything. I put their names on the top of it so each teacher knew whose supplies that was, and I just sent that to school. We did later on get art as an elective and they needed quite a bit more supplies, so we had to run back up to the store and get a few more items, and I just wanted to take them out of the packages and put them in this little bag for her just to make it easier. I feel like that works so much better. She could go to her locker, she can grab this bag and her sketchbook out, and then she could head to art class. I thought it would help. It wasn't required, but I thought it would be nice. And then I'm going to also set up her PE bag with just all the essentials that she needs, feminine products, deodorant, spray, all that good stuff. Make sure she has her uniform in there and everything ready to go for the school year.
It burns. Hey, I heard you got a new best friend. Yeah, it hurts a bit. I won't pretend that it doesn't matter that you're with someone else. In a way, that's how it's supposed to be. If I'm unable to make you happy, then it's for the better that you are not with me. That's why I wrote you a letter, 'cause you see, I write so much better than I speak. And I need to tell you, you were my best friend till the end. I hope I'll be happy without you, but right now I don't know what to do. It's hard to get over, you chose someone else, a new best friend. Doesn't feel like it was long ago. We were head over heels in love, thought it'd last forever, but somehow we got lost. Looking back, I didn't realize what was wrong with me. I can't deny I took you for granted. You finally had enough. That's why I wrote you a letter, 'cause you see, I write so much better than I speak. And I need to tell you, you were my best friend till the end. I hope I'll be happy without you, but right now I don't know what to do. It's hard to get over, you chose someone else, a new best friend.
The next tip I wanted to mention was setting up a charging station. You can see over to the right, we already have something set up over there, but I'm actually going to switch it around because when I put that in there, it misaligned the couch, and so I don't like the way that looks, but it is a wonderful idea just to go ahead and get a charging station set up. We've had it set up in this room before and it seemed to work out really, really well. I have that cube divider with the little different sections for the children to be able to charge their Chromebook and all that, and so I want to go ahead and move it over to the other side and just get it all set up so that when they come home and they have their first week of school, they can come in, they can get started off in their normal routine of putting their Chromebooks on the charger, grabbing their snack. After their snack is done, completing their homework, we have a typical routine that we do during the school year, and having a specific place for them to charge their Chromebooks really does help in that routine, because they know exactly where it's supposed to go. So the next morning when they are getting everything ready and they're still tired and they're still trying to get into their routine, they know exactly where it is and they can grab it, put it in their backpack, and then head off to school. And we will hopefully be able to make the morning's function just a little bit easier having this very simple charging station. I'm not quite ready to decorate for fall, but I will be doing that in an upcoming video. But I wanted to just go through my fall decor and just pull out a few pieces that really remind me of back to school. You saw that there were some apples on the table that I put inside of a leaf dish. And then I'm just adding in some florals and this really pretty book. There has beautiful poems in there. It's all about leaves, and I really enjoy that. So I just wanted to put that out for the kids. I wanted to show you one of their drawers really quick, because I do not do the cube dividers that so many people do, but ever since my daughter was very, very small, this is how we organized her clothes. We just put them in little packets, we paired together outfits, and then she could pick whatever she wanted to wear to school. It makes it so much easier. A wonderful little tip, especially getting organized for back to school. But one of the other things is the shoes. I feel like that's such an issue. You saw how that looked. I had to clean the whole thing out because there's so many shoes. I wanted to go ahead, get in there, get it cleaned out, and set this up as a weekly chore to clean that out. I know a lot of people set up little bins for their art supplies and things like that, and I think it's adorable, but we have this art closet here. It is set up and I've gotten it so organized that it stays like that, which I am so happy. The kids use it for projects and different things throughout the summer just to have a good time. Now I wanted to go ahead and show you how the salsa chicken turns out. It is fall off the bone, juicy, and so delicious. I went ahead and shredded it and took it off the bones. I placed it in a tortilla with some sour cream. You could also use plain non-fat Greek yogurt for a healthier option. And I pair it together with some of my salsa and chips, and it turns out so delicious. Some people may add cheese to it. It's basically like a burrito. You can even add rice to it or serve it on a bed of rice. I've done that before. It is very, very delicious. I highly recommend that you guys try it and comment below and let me know what you thought of it.
That's the last thing, the tip that I strongly encourage you that you do is to do drills with your children. You don't think about it, but even when we were in school, they used to encourage us to run through a drill with our parents and know how to escape the house in the event that something happens. And so I've practiced this with my kids for many years. We do it where we'll actually set off the fire alarms and going off. They'll hear the noise. They'll run through what to do. If you can't get out of your bedroom, then you climb out the window. You know, we've had them push the screen out, climb through the window, the whole 9 yards. And so it's so important that you do that. I have fire, tornado, and intruder because I feel like those are the most important. We have a specific house that they run to that we know those people are going to be home. They don't vacation a lot. They won't be in any harm's way. They'll be able to get to a safe place really, really quickly, so they know exactly where to go in the event that there was a fire or something like that. In the event that there was a tornado, they know downstairs, in the basement bathroom, in the tub. Our kids are getting to the age, they're not quite there yet, but we do have a middle schooler, a teenager, and eventually she's going to be allowed to stay at home by herself, and we want to make sure that she knows and has practiced exactly what to do in the event that something happens. And back to school is the perfect time to do it. I strongly encourage you guys just to Go through those drills with your kids, set up a plan, figure out what they should do if this happens so that they're safe.
The last thing I wanted to share is these circle water bottles. If you have a kid that you have a hard time getting to drink plenty of water, this may help. I'm not sure if they can take it to school, but I do know it'll be perfect for their sporting events and that our kids seriously enjoy them. So I would check that out. I hope that I was able to inspire you today.